An entrepreneur is a person that is willing to work 100 hours to avoid working 40. You need to be stubborn, and the stubbornness will serve you in many different ways. With your family, because you have well-wishing relatives who will try to dissuade you. They'll try to look out for your best interest by literally asking you whether or not what you're doing is the right move. You have to be able to maintain your drive and your path, your purpose. You have to be stubborn when it does not work, because that is one of the things that you realize early on. Everything does not work how you intended. A business plan is literally just a document. It's the funniest thing to read after you actually start a business, because all of your assumptions are only that, assumptions. The process of going through the business plan, creating the business plan and constructing that's fantastic. The actual document is not the value. The value is in the process, the thinking through the process. That's the point of business planning. But none of the assumptions that I had starting SIPS held. Not from the amount of inventory that I could go through a week with, the amount of demand, the growth in demand. None of it was real. You need a support system of real people and fake people. I say this because you need a significant other, family members, friends, people who can help you, one, stay grounded, help you push when you need to push, as in work harder, work longer. You need people who are willing to come with you and help you do whatever it is that you need to do. That's on the one hand. You need people who you can talk to. You need sounding boards. People who can not just listen, but people who can advise. And that's on one side. On the other side, you need the fake people. You need the people who you cannot touch. You can't find them. These are dead entrepreneurs, people that have gone before you, people who started multi-billion-dollar conglomerates from their garages. I don't read fiction. I read biographies. Steve Jobs, I can tell you his life story. Richard Branson, I own like 4 of his books. I read Kenneth Cole, Bill Gates. You need to understand how these people think, and then you get the insight that greatness is not as special as you would think. It's really, really hard work, and a lot of long hours, and a lot of practice, and missing parties, and being technically a social outcast because you don't have time. You have to do these things. You have to make sacrifices in order to become what these guys become. You have to then take that and think about it within yourself and decide whether or not you need to do the things that they did in order to get to the places that they got to, or if you be happy in a different place, how far along that line you're willing to go. Well, I always tell people that I used to spend way too much of my money with my competitors, and that's a little coy way to say, but it's true. I had the realization that though I like smoothies and I like milkshakes and I like protein shakes, I had to go to too many different places to get them, and I decided to put them all under one umbrella brand and allow the market to have a emotional connection to one brand regardless of the product type that you wanted. So that is where that initial thing started. I had a business idea. I tested it out on a few friends. It sounded like something that would work. That's what they said. Told it to a few other people, said it sounded like it could work. I decided, well, if these people are so confident that this thing can work, then the only way to do it full justice is to learn how to run a business. And I had to do the management. I had to learn how to run a business. I augmented my UE studies with reading Entrepreneur magazine and living on like entrepreneur websites and blogs, and that's what I did. That was my fun. That's my spare time activity. But coming out and actually constructing the business and then interacting with other people who've started businesses, I realized the advantage that I had because I went to UE was that I was able to think deeper into the process of constructing a brand and constructing a business that resonates with people on a deeper level. The choice of color, the use of the name, the tagline, any of these things were not accidental or done specifically to elicit response from the customer and to get them into a mood where they would interact with the brand and the business the way that I wanted them to. I wish that they had these programs in 2004. That would have made my life a lot easier. I did every marketing course that I could find, and that's not nearly as many as there are now. I'm a bit envious of the people who can do it. I Came to Love, Corbin, Eddie. I'm from that time, Eddie. Eddie, for sure, what he provided us was the way to think strategically and to relate everything to the big picture, and to build no matter what it is that you're doing, to have that connected to the core of your business. Josanne Knight, back then she was Josanne Small. She was one of the ones that started with the seed of marketing, and not just advertising, but she took it beyond that and actually taught you the emotion of marketing and how to connect with customers through branding and market research and all that. I did psychology with Mrs. McLean. She's one of the ones that also helped with the psychology. Psychology is a very big component of marketing and dealing with other people. So you get to you develop an appreciation for the characters that exist in the world, and that's in the best way possible. So basically how to interact with multiple personality types and how to deal with that and manage that. SIPS is a mobile cafe, and as such we are very, very much into social media. So you can find us on Facebook, we're on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We are at SIPS Smoothie Bar, that's our handle. You can Google SIPS Smoothie Bar and you will find us. Campus is definitely one of our destinations. We started this academic year, so that is 2013, 2014. First time. We're on campus Mondays and Thursdays. We'll be adding more days. Can't say right now which days those will be, but from 2014, 2015, from that academic year.